Okay, I think we're live, are we? Yes, we're live. Yeah, the Wandering Irishman live again. Coming to you from Sligo. I have a couple of bits of news I wanted to share. I'll get into that. But we'll see who comes online, if we get any chats. It's been a crazy few months. But the channel seems to be growing really well at the moment. Well, not as well as I expected it to, in fairness. Thought I'd have a lot more followers, a lot more comments, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong really. Maybe I need to change the format of the videos or something, or maybe change the music. Any suggestions along those lines would be welcome. But yeah, I only seem to be picking up maybe 1 or 2 followers a day, and it's not exactly where I want to be. I put a lot of work into these videos and do a lot of traveling and spend a lot of money, and there's no reward for it at the end, if you know what I mean. Now, the reward I get from you guys is great, from the followers that I have. It's great and all, but you know, I really should. I'm doing this 2 years now. I really should have more than 300 followers. On that note, if you know anybody that would enjoy the videos, like traveling, hiking, outdoorsy stuff, share the videos with them and tell them about the channel. Maybe that can help get it out to a few more people. But yeah, it's just a bit, what's the word? Disconcerting, not disconcerting, no. It's just a bit disappointing that I'm not picking up more followers every day or every week or every month or whatever. But yeah, the news, the first bit of news I have is that, and I'm gutted about this, the car is off the road for 2 weeks. It's only 2 weeks, but a coil went in the front driver's side wheel, just beside the wheel, and I can't drive it now because if it goes anymore, it could go through the brake, the stuff that feeds the brakes, and I could be without brakes then on the car, and yeah, I could get into an accident or worse again, kill somebody, you know. So I don't know. That's the first bit of news anyway. But the second bit of news is because of that, I won't be traveling as much. So what I'm going to do is, instead of releasing 2 videos every week, I'm just going to release 1 video for the time being, because it's just killing me. I'm doing so much. I'm trying to make the videos at the same time. Trying to work at the same time. It's just, I can't find enough time anymore. And as much as I love the traveling and that, I really need to get back to hiking and stuff like that. But yeah, that's 2 pieces of news that I just wanted to share with you guys. I hope you've been enjoying the videos, because I've been enjoying getting out there, like Galway and Connemara there last week. That was just magical. That was unbelievable. You know, Donegal, I've done Donegal 3 times now. I did Donegal 3 times in the 1 month, and it's probably my favourite. Oh wait, there, I have the microphone plugged in here. Yeah, it's probably my favourite county in Ireland. I like Mayo, Donegal, Galway, but Sligo is special as well. I like all the West Coast counties. And then I was down in Dublin as well. I'm planning another trip actually in a couple of weeks, once I get the car back in the road. And so you'll just have to stay tuned for that one. But that's going to be a big one. That'll be a few nights, I think. Lots of hiking, maybe a bit of camping thrown in. We'll see how the weather is. But I'll be staying somewhere anyway. I'll probably book a hotel. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, so with the car off the road is a bit of a pain. I'm just gonna be able to go local really, and I'm not really happy about that. I do like to travel. But look, in 2 weeks' time, I have a nice trip to look forward to, and yeah, and then the videos to make as well. But yeah, in the meantime, I've a couple of videos to put up still. I still have part 2 of the West Sligo trip. That's coming up on Sunday. Oh, sorry, that's not coming up on Sunday. I have another video coming up on Sunday. And then the following Wednesday will be the West Coast Sligo trip, part 2. And then the Galway and Connemara trip after that one, part 2. That'll be the following Sunday as well. But after that then, it'll be one video a week. Going forward until I have enough videos to be able to put out 2 videos a week again, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's really the bits of news that I have. Just 2 updates. The follower count, like the channel is still growing. That's the main thing. It's just a bit disappointing that we're only at 300 after a couple of years of doing this. Now, I do realise that some of my videos back in the day were absolute tripe. But yeah, I'm not going to just make them private. I'll just leave them there for, you know, if people want to watch them, they can watch them. There is 1 or 2 of them that are getting a lot of views. The Cliffs of Moher one, the trek from Doolin to the Cliffs of Moher, that seems to be picking up a lot of views consistently. And then there's the best places to visit in the Wild Atlantic Way, part 1. That's nearly at 3,000 views now at this stage, and that's only out a couple of months. So that's getting consistent viewing as well. So that's a good thing. And then there's the Nature Hike Cloud Up 1 review. That's picking up a fair few too. But yeah, the videos are getting fair few views, but not as much as I thought I would, and with the effort that I'm putting in as well. But look, that's the YouTube life. That's the way it is on YouTube. You just have to put up with it, take the good with the bad, and stay positive, I suppose. Anyway, Friday evening drinks, slán everybody. I hope you all have a great weekend. If you'd like to drop something into the chat, please do so. I'd love to hear from you. That would be really cool. Live chat. Hey, Smiley. There you are. Hey, Smiley, how are you? Remember, YouTube takes time. Keep it up. I will. Thank you for the encouragement. It does take time. I was just saying, I've been at it for the last 2 years now, and it's been a little bit disappointing so far, but I just have to persevere and just keep going on with it. What did you think of the Galway Connemara trip? Did you have a look at that one yet? I haven't seen a comment from you on that yet, so I have a guess you haven't seen it yet. I'm sure I'll get a comment at the end of it. But yeah, slán, have a great weekend, Smiley. No, you haven't. Well, there you go. There's something to watch after you've finished here. Thanks for dropping into the chat as well. I appreciate that. I always like to get a chat in with people. I was just saying that the car's off the road for a couple of weeks, and I need to get it fixed, and it's an expensive one too. Yeah, I like your comments too. It's usually constructive criticism, which I'm really happy about. So you'll give me some better ideas as to what people like in general, because the way I do it is everything is just spur of the minute thing, you know, film it, get it on film, get it into the video itself, and just get it out there. Whereas a lot of it will just stay on the cutting room floor, basically. But that's my style. It's just so any comments that I get, give me better ideas. I'm always happy to have those on the channel. How are you, my friend Smiley? Anyway, I hope you're keeping well. You're probably the only person that actually comments on all the videos, which is cool. I like that. It does. A lot of time goes into them. The longer ones, the ones where you're pulling clips from different places that you've been and making a compilation or a collage of all those places. I'm going to start making a couple of those in the next couple of weeks because the car's off the road and I have a load of footage there that I just like to make videos with. But as you're saying, it does take a lot that goes into a video. Like when I get all the footage together, I could have 140, 150 clips there that I have to go through. Probably half of them wouldn't get onto the video. Either shaky camera, shaky hand, you know, something that I didn't like. But yeah, it can take up to 10 hours just to get one video out. And that would happen over a few days, really. Probably do a couple of hours a night, maybe. But that's what I like to do. I like to sit in, have a couple of beers, and just get into editing. Just sit me at my computer, and I could edit all night, really. Until I fall asleep, at least. You've brought us to beautiful places. Thank you. Thank you, I have indeed. I've really enjoyed going to the places as well. I have to say now, Donegal is still probably my favourite. That drive I did on the Inishowen 100, that wasn't as good as the other one I'd done with my cousin. I thought the one I'd done with my cousin that went to Slieve League and Assaranka Falls, I thought that was the much better video. But people seem to like both of them, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, Inishowen Peninsula needs to be seen. It's unreal. It's gorgeous. Donegal is just spectacular. It's unreal. I need to get out and see more of Mayo. County Mayo is just brilliant. All I've really seen is a few coastal places and Achill Islands, and that's really it, you know. That's not Mayo. That's not the real Mayo. There's so much more to see. So I might just get out and do a wild camp there, probably after the winter now at this stage. And just get out into the mountains, do a long hike, get up a mountain, camp for the night, and do something like that maybe in the future. But, you know, I have all these ideas in my head, but it's just getting around to them, really. There's not enough hours in the day. Wild camping is great. It really is. It's even better when you don't forget your pegs. I did that on the trip to Achill. I'm after getting new pegs for the tent, and they're the Nature High Cloud Up ones. They're the original ones, so I'm happy about that. I have all the pegs back in the bag now, so I'm ready to go camping again. Winter camping, we'll see. But, you know, coming into spring, summer, definitely. And Mayo seems like a great spot for it. There's so much mountains and rivers and seas. I'm enjoying the channel you mentioned. Can't remember the name of the channel. The Second Half Adventure. Yeah, they done a great series of their travels around Ireland in a camper van, wasn't it? I'm not sure if they were in a camper van or a car. And then they done a review of the trip when they got home. And they're just two genuinely nice people. The guy has a great voice for YouTube, you know. He has a great voice for broadcasting. I like his accent as well. And she's a great storyteller. So together they make a great couple making the videos. So I really like their channel as well. I've seen all their videos now at this stage. And yeah, good couple to follow. Are you Irish, Smiley? No, there was another one, the Dublin lad that goes with his friends. I also like the channel you were talking about now. The other one, the Dublin lad, where he goes with his friends. I can't recall that one. Athlone, right in the middle of the country. Wow. I've been to Athlone a couple of times. Sean's Bar's in Athlone, isn't that right? It's the oldest pub in the world, or in Ireland. It's the oldest pub in Ireland anyway, but I think it's the oldest pub in the world as well. I could be wrong in that. Sean's Bar, yeah, is in Athlone. Lovely little town, actually. Bang smack in the middle of Ireland. it's good to have a chat with you, Smiley, because all I usually get is the comments on the videos. It's good to chat with you for once. I do these spontaneously, you know, these live chats, because it's just when you get the time to do it. So I had a few beers. I said, I'll get a few beers tonight. I'll sit down, I'll make some time, and I'll just make a live chat. So I'm glad you jumped on. That's good to see. I don't know about your part of the country in Athlone, but it is absolutely Baltic here in Sligo at the moment. I'm still wearing the shorts. It claims to be the oldest pub in the world, I believe. Yeah, I thought that. But there is a pub in Dublin that claims to be the oldest pub in Ireland, so I don't know. No, the Brazen Head. The Brazen Head dates from around 1140s, I think, whereas Sean's Bar, I think, is 9 something. I think there's about a 200-year difference there, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, the Brazen Head, it's one of my favourite pubs in Dublin. Every time I go in there, I get into a conversation with, you know, somebody from a different country, and I love that. I love getting into conversations with interesting people, you know. And you always meet interesting people in the Brazen Head. They do claim to be Ireland's oldest pub, but Sean's Bar is. It's Dublin's oldest pub, though. That's for sure. I just need to straighten this up, I think. There we go. Yeah, oldest pub in Dublin. Great pub as well if you haven't visited. The owners are pretty cool as well. It's mild here, raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs here too, but once that wind comes in off the Atlantic, it's just unreal. And it cuts through you like a knife. It really, the Atlantic Ocean. But yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be my first winter in Sligo. So... I'm not looking forward to it. Batten down the hatches. But yeah, I have a trip planned in 2 weeks. We call that a lazy wind. Yeah, very good. I like that. But yeah, when it comes in off the Atlantic, there's nothing to stop it. There's no mountains, and Sligo is just... It just gets hit, and that's it. Donegal, I'm sure, is the same on the coastline, and Mayo, anywhere in the west. But my God, those Atlantic winds are crazy. It goes through you rather than round. It certainly does. It really does. I had my jacket on now. I'm still wearing shorts. I usually wear shorts all year round. But I had my hoodie top, I had the jacket on, I had the hat on, and I could still feel it was like razor blades. It really was. I don't know how I'm going to fare through the winter. I'm a delicate soul like that. You're a hardy man. I had my friend in Galway call me that as well last week. He had the thermals on underneath his trousers, and I had the shorts on, and he was going... You're wearing shorts? What's going on? I have the thermals on. He couldn't believe it. But yeah, you have to do it, like, you know what I mean? It does hardens you up as a human being, and just getting out into the elements. But yeah, I have to get out and do a bit more hiking. Since I got the car, I've just been doing road trips, really, and I haven't really been doing as much hiking. Now, there is a hiking video coming up on Sunday. It's a nature hike, one that I love. Nature hikes. I love going out into the forest. That's where I feel at home. I feel at home in the forest. Now, the videos aren't as popular as some of the road trips, but I don't mind. I don't mind that. I like getting nature videos out there for people. I'm sort of into the videography and the photography part of things as well. So I like to make the odd video, maybe once a month, where I get out into the forest. I also follow Sean in Alaska. He wears a kilt most of the year. His family come from Leitrim. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to check out his channel. Sean from Leitrim. Let me check that now. Kilted bloke from Leitrim. YouTube Sean. Sean in Alaska, okay. Alaska is a cold, cold place. There we go. I'll sub to his channel. There's a guy I follow in Alaska. He's been to Sean's Bar too, has he? Yeah, well, that's not a surprise. Irishman gone to Sean's Bar. But I follow the something boys in Alaska. The Outdoor Boys, that's it. The Outdoor Boys is a great channel. It's a father, he has 3 sons and a wife, and the father is just an absolute lunatic. He goes on these crazy camping expeditions and makes these brilliant huts, and he's just going all around Alaska. He goes into Canada, United States as well, and sometimes abroad. But his Alaska videos are just crazy wild, and they're just brilliant. Outdoor Boys, there you go. They're a great channel, really good. That guy who does that, he's just off his head, an absolute header. Outdoor Boys is one of my favourites. Sean in Alaska. He's an old guy. I haven't actually come across his channel before. This is the first time. I'm going to check out a few of his videos now after this live chat. But yeah, I love The Outsider. There we go. You're giving me some decent ideas here. The Outsider. The Outsider cabin. Ooh, I love these cabins. I absolutely love these cabins, and I love watching people build them. I would love to do something like that. Get my own piece of woodland and just build a cabin. That would be heavenly. I would just live there all year round, no problem. Put me off grid. I would build something with that would make electricity off water and something like that. No problem. I would easily do that. Getting the land is the hard part. That is the hard part. The rest is easy. I'd love to build a cabin. That's my life goal. That really is my life goal. And that would be amazing. Kind of sad his dad was building with him, but unfortunately passed away. No way. Christ, that's not nice. Yeah, I know what it's like to lose a parent. It's not nice. It's a horrible part of your life. And I hope he gets through it, because it really is a tough part of your life, losing a parent. I lost my mother, and then lost my father sort of to dementia after that. Now, my father's still alive, but, he's a shell of the man he used to be. But yeah, I think he's made of sterner stuff than we are. So I think he has another 10, 15, maybe 20 years left in him. He's a strong man. He's a good man. And yeah, it's still nice to see him, but very sad what the dementia does. Yeah, it is. It's really hard to cope with. I don't like to see him that often, because it tugs on the heartstrings, just to see him that way. But I know he's being looked after though. He's in a home. And he's grown a food belly since he's moved in and all, and he seems really happy there. So once he's looked after, I'm happy. Brothers, aunts and uncles, wow, Jesus, you've gone through a lot. Yeah, I lost my brother a couple of years back as well to suicide. That was one of the toughest parts of my life, and that's what really got me making the YouTube channel. It just made me realise that I hadn't really lived my own life yet, and I was I was just stuck in a rut, really. I suffered from depression years and years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and I think it just lingered with me. And then when he took his life, that one hit hard. That really, yeah, thanks for that, Smiley. I appreciate that. But yeah, that one hit hard. I took to the gargle really bad, and I just wasn't looking after myself for about a year. But I got the help that I needed. And I feel great now. I feel, you know what I mean? I feel that I really want to live my life now. And I do it through the YouTube channel. I like to share that with people. I like to share the happiness with people. I like to share the beauty that I see with other people. That gives me happiness. Helping other people, that's what gives me happiness now in life. And yeah, I'm really enjoying life at the moment. So yeah. So that's the story there. That's how I started my YouTube channel. It took a tragedy, but that's life. These things happen. It's just a matter of getting on with your own life afterwards, because you still have that to live. Thanks, Smiley. I'm doing really good. It's still very hard to talk about it, which I don't really do on the channel that much, because I don't think people would really be interested in a sob story like that. That's my own crutch that I have to bear, and yeah, it's something that I'll have to live with. It is hard to pick yourself up, but it's something that I will have to live with for the rest of my life, knowing that, maybe you could have stopped it, maybe you couldn't. You'll always have these questions in your head. Could you have done anything differently? But I think once a person makes up their mind, there's very little anybody else can do to make them change it. So, unfortunately, that's the way life is. But, it did make me rethink my own life, and it's made me be a better person for it. It's made me grow as a person, Whatever doesn't kill you makes you better. And life experiences, depending on how you treat them at the time, they harden you to be a better person, and that's the result I think I got from that. Well, I'm hoping so anyway. But yeah, thanks for the condolences and all that. I appreciate that. He'll be 4 years gone actually now, at the end of this month, in 9 days actually. 9 days. There you go. I missed that chat, Smiley. I missed that one. Crap. Can I go back to that? No, you couldn't have changed things, but it has helped you, so be thankful for your growth. Fairly recent, very raw. Well, it's not raw anymore. After about 2 years, it was something that I couldn't really talk about still. I sort of went into a shell. I didn't really want to meet anyone. I didn't want to talk with anyone. I just wanted to be on my own, and that's not a good place to be, You sort of, I said I suffered with depression about 10 years ago. Something like that is something that could trigger it again, that way. But gladly, I sort of had, because of the experience that I had previously, I could see myself going down that road again. And I said, no, okay, you have to stop this now. You have to get your life in order and, do something about it. And that's what I did. I started a channel. I started going and seeing places. I started getting out hiking more. I started being out in nature. And being out in nature, once you ground yourself in nature, everything stems from that then. Everything positive in life stems from the experiences that you get from the outdoors. And I really believe that. I'm not a spiritual person or a religious person or anything like that. I just love nature. Nature is a cure-all. I admire you more than before. Thanks so much, Smiley. I really appreciate all those comments and the encouragement, and that really picks me up as well. I love getting the comments. I love talking to people on the channel. It really helps me to be a better person as well. But yeah. There you go. I think that's the first time I've ever mentioned that on the channel. So I'm letting you in on a little secret there. But it's very hard to get your life back in order after that. But look, I did it. And, life is looking good at the moment. So I'm happy about that. Okay, I have another beer here. What I'll do is, we're up on nearly 30 minutes already. Wow, that's flown through. Oh my God. Always good to talk to you, Smiley. You're very close with Linda. That is good. Linda's family. She's my first cousin. We've known each other since, obviously, kids, Always been close to her. Not that close, obviously. But yeah, Linda's great. She's a bit of a hippie like me as well. She loves nature. and she loves to get out on an adventure as well. Both of those meals, my God. She's one of the best cooks I've ever met in my whole life. She's half Greek, you see. Her father was Greek, and she loves putting Greek ingredients into foods. And she just makes the best pastas, the best chicken, all the stuff that I love. Really, really good meals. And she takes her time over. She made a paella on the second night. My God, you want to taste this thing. It was unreal. I love visiting her in her place in Dublin. It's a lovely little spot she has there in Drimna. Excuse me. And she just, every time I go down there, she just makes fantastic meals. And then the odd time she'll come up here. We done that Donegal trip, obviously, and we're doing a trip in a couple of weeks, not too far from where you are, I think, actually. I won't tell you where it is yet. I don't know if I'll film that one, but we'll see. It's just something both of us are interested in, and we might go down and take a look at it, biodiversity thing. So it might be interesting, it might not be. I'll film it anyway. If it's not interesting, I won't bother putting it on the channel. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's the plans for the future. I'm going to definitely keep the channel going anyway, even though the follower count hasn't been great. But look, I don't do it for followers. I do it just to get out and see nature and live my best life, I am planning as well. Wait for it. I'm planning on a trip abroad too. I look forward. Hopefully, you'll give us a wee look. If it's interesting, I will. If I want to invest in this place, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, I'll give you a look anyway. I think I will give you a look. But yeah, I'm doing an abroad trip, hopefully in the near future. I haven't booked that yet. I've just been up to my eyes. But I want to go. I've been wanting to go to this place now for a long time. And I need a holiday. I just need some rest and relaxation. So I'll just get away for a week, maybe two, and just relax somewhere nice and hot and sunny on the coast. And yeah, I need that. I think I deserve it. I haven't been on a holiday since I broke up with my fiance. Well, how long ago was that? That was 4 years ago. So there you go. I haven't been on a foreign holiday since. Oh, Friday night beers, you can't beat them. You need to stick it out on here till you get to 1k subs. Hopefully it'll take off after that. That's what I hear. I believe you go onto a different algorithm once you hit 1k subs. So then they show a lot more suggestions on the front page. Yeah, I have been through the mill. I don't think I've talked about that either. Yeah, she broke up with me shortly after my brother died. So yeah, there you go. Hardest time in my life, and she broke up with me, so it wasn't meant to be. But yeah, where was I? Oh, never mind. I was drifting off into somewhere there. But yeah, we'll keep this going for another while Smiley's on the line. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do. I think you did, Smiley. You always do. Fair play to you. Do you want to put your real name in there, or is that your real name? Do you like being called Smiley? Yes, yeah. I didn't talk about the trip in 2 weeks. Once the car gets back on the road. Carol. There you go. Lovely name. It's nice to see you're a woman as well. My channel gets very little women viewers for some reason. I don't know why. When I go into the stats and everything, it's like 80%, 90% men, 10-20% women. It's crazy to me. Maybe I'm not good looking like all the other YouTubers. I don't know what it is. But nice to meet you, Carol. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm going on a big trip now in next 2 weeks. It's going to be probably 2 or 3 nights, and the last time I was here was when I was a kid. Sorry, I lie. I was here 2 years ago, but I didn't do what I wanted to do. I was just driving through it. I've done a couple of places on this drive, but this time I'm going to book into a hotel maybe for 2 or 3 nights and go on a wild camp for one of those nights, I think. Weather dependent. It's coming into the winter now, but I'd still like to do it. I'd still like to get out into a forest that's a little bit sheltered and do a wild camp there, maybe alongside a lake somewhere. That would be lovely. But yeah, that's my next big trip. In the meantime, you have a lovely way about you. Keep doing what you're doing. I wonder, would you do a collab with other YouTubers? I have actually got onto a couple of YouTubers about a collab. One of them got back to me, and we said we'd go on a wild camp. Now, that was at the start of the summer, and I had a wild camp sorted out and everything. And he never got back to me then after that. So if you know Mark on Wild Camping Ireland, hound him. Get onto his channel and just hound him and say, why haven't you got to the Wandering Irishman yet for the wild camp? And hopefully I can get him over to Sligo out for a wild camp. So that would be a good one to have. He's very fond of his beer. his videos, he's gargled nearly every video that he goes camping on. He's quite funny, and he has a really, really deep Dublin accent. You know, mine is very neutral. I'm from Dublin too, but I don't really have that Dublin accent. All right, yeah. Mark, he's gas. He's very funny. Like I said, I think he's gargled every camping trip he does, but he brings along a few people and all. Yeah, get onto his channel and tell him to get over to Sligo to see me so we can get out for a collab. And then I get onto one more person. That was a girl in Dublin, but that's when I was living in Dublin. Wild Camping Ireland is the name of his channel. Yeah, I asked another girl in Dublin, but she didn't reply. But that was a bit, yeah. She had about 100,000 subs or something like that, so I don't think she was going to go near a smaller channel like mine. But yeah, she didn't get back to me at all. There you go. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. Have you started the weekend yet? I have. Yeah, we'll finish that beer and then we'll leave the live chat for another time. It was an impromptu one, I know, but that's the way I do these things. When I last advertised that I was going to do a live feed, what happened was I couldn't actually enter the live feed itself, and I had to start a new live feed from scratch, if that makes sense. So YouTube needs to do a bit of work on their live feed stuff, because they make it a little bit too complicated where you can't get into your own live feed. So that was a bit silly. Yeah, they need to do a little bit of work on that. I was thinking of going on to other platforms as well. I do have a TikTok channel. Got some bad news today, so I'll be starting the week very shortly. My driving duties are done, and I'm sorry to hear you got some bad news today, Carol. I hope it works out better for you, but you know, I never like to hear that somebody has bad news. And I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. That's the main thing. Yeah, there you go. Stay positive, and you know, positive things will happen. That's the way I see things at the moment in life. Just family stuff. Sure, I know what it's like. Families are the hardest. You know, it's a pity you can't pick your family. You're just stuck with them. But yeah, I get on better with my friends than I do my family, I'm afraid. But yeah, family. Well, actually, I get on well with Linda. It hits every family. It really does. The only person I really get on in my family is Linda. That's really it. But yeah, we've been hanging out since kids, really. So we're not going to really change that. You know, we know each other so well. But yeah, what I'd like to do is, you know, you mentioned the collab. But I'm single. I'd like to meet a woman, and maybe down the road, make videos with her or something. Somebody that would be interested in YouTube videos as well would be cool. I haven't met her yet, but I was talking to a girl recently online, and she's a bit of an adventurer as well. She likes getting out for her hikes, and she's into photography and stuff. So she seems really interesting. I haven't met her yet. We're supposed to do that this weekend, so that should be interesting. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, we have the same interests anyway, so that's a good start at least. So yeah, I'd like to do something like that maybe in the future. But I'm in no hurry. Yeah, it would. It'd be lovely, just to have a partner there at least. Because I haven't been with anybody in 4 years now since I broke up with the fiance. So yeah, I admire you moved to the West. It was a big one. Yeah, I sold the house in Dublin. Now, I didn't want to do that. I was living a lovely life in Dublin. I had the job there and everything. And once I knew the house was going to get sold, my ex wanted to sell it, and there was nothing I could do. So once I knew I was going to sell it, I had a friend over who's the girl I'm staying with at the moment. And she came to visit me in Dublin, and we spent a weekend in Dublin and just had a nice weekend. And she mentioned that she had a spare room in Sligo. And the minute she said that, it just rang a bell with me, and I said, really? I said, and I'm selling my house. I said, and I thought about it for about 20, not even that, about 10 seconds. And I said, would you mind if I moved in? And she said, look, it's better if I move somebody in that I get along with than somebody that I don't get along with. So yeah, you can move in. And immediately I started making plans. That was it. I'm going to Sligo. I'm going to do this. There's so much to do. I was blessed with that friend. Yeah. Now, like I said, I'm not religious or anything, but something was looking down on me. You know what I mean? Somebody was looking down on me and put her there for that weekend. And yeah, I got the room, and I couldn't believe it because there is nothing. I would have been homeless otherwise, or living in Airbnbs or something like that. There's nothing in Ireland at the moment, absolutely nothing. All the hotels are taken. Mother Earth is looking out for you. She was indeed. She was looking out for me that weekend for sure, and I really appreciate it. Because I get out in Mother Earth so much, maybe she was paying me back for showing people her beauty. Maybe that's what it was. The universe just being nice to me. That's what it was. But yeah, all the hotel rooms are taken up in Dublin. All the hostels are taken up in Dublin. All the student accommodation is taken up in Dublin. In Ireland, and there's not one place left. Literally not one place left. And I was worried about that. And at the start, it was only supposed to be for 3 months. But I talked to her, and I told her, and she's seen the situation in the country. And her name is Vanita, and I said it to her, and she said, look, I know what the situation is at the moment. And, I know that you're selling the house and all, so you can stay for as long as you want. So, happy days. I'm here for the time being. I am looking for another place of my own. What I'd like to do, same here in Athlone, nothing available. You were certainly looked after. I was indeed. Now that I have I sold the house, so I have a bit of money there. And I would like, ideally, to buy a bit of land with a doer-upper on it, because that would be cool for the channel as well. I'd like to get a small plot of land, preferably with a little bit of forest or something like that on it, with an old house from maybe the 1800s or something like that nobody has lived in for years. I'll go in there, renovate the place, do it my own way, and that would be cool. I'd love to do something like that. The problem is getting through the red tape. The auctioneers. There's plenty of land out there that people want to sell. The auctioneers are the pain in the backside. I'd love to be able to cut out the middleman and talk to the owners of the property itself, but they're looking for the highest price, so they put it to auction most of the time. But the middleman is there was one company that I was asking about a place, a bit of land and a house. Mind your money very carefully. Hopefully you'll get something in Leitrim or Sligo. Yeah, Leitrim was the place I was thinking of getting it. Because in Sligo it's just a bit outside my price range, but Leitrim would be abandoned, something along those lines. But the land usually goes up for auction, and the middleman is just, there was one place that asked for 30 grand up front. That's before you even put a bid in an auction. There's other places that are asking for £1,000, that's fine, I'll give them that, but 30 grand, unreal. Now they say they'll return it, but I don't trust these places at all. FFS, yes, exactly. Geez, we're coming up in 45 minutes already, and I've let out so many secrets on this live feed alone. I'm going to keep this one live on the channel. Usually I'll make them private because I get a bit, I don't like leaving them up. But it's good to talk with you, Smiley, so I'll definitely leave this one up as public. But yeah, we'll close it down soon. Oh, really? That's interesting. That's good to know. My experience with legit auctioneers is they are okay. That is good to know. That's a bit of reassurance. But 30 grand, it's a lot of money to wire to somebody, and then if you wire it to the wrong place, if you wire it to the wrong address or you get a digit wrong in the IBAN, yeah, exactly, no way, 30k, and then you wire it to the wrong place, you lose your 30k. 5k at the most, definitely, yeah, at the most. But 30k was just ridiculous. And then they had the gall to ring me today to see what was going on. Anyway, I'd love to meet somebody here in Sligo that has a bit of land, and they want to sell it or part of their land. And I could maybe build a cabin or something on that. That would be a good option as well. Or maybe get a tiny home. Or even, just for the time being, get a camper. So I'm just weighing up my options at the moment. But yeah, I'm going to leave the money in the bank. I'm not going to touch that for the time being until I actually have something concrete. Because I don't really have a place to live yet. Well, obviously I'm here, but I don't have a real place of my own yet. And I don't really feel secure, if you know what I mean. We all need our own little homestead, But yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Smiley, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm not going to call you Smiley again, sorry, Carol. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you tonight. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope it works out with the family. And yeah, just enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the videos that I release. I'm looking forward to your comments too, because I always look forward to those. And yeah, we'll keep in touch. There's a channel that just brought in Leitrim specific and nice channel. I can't remember the name, but I'll mention it in your comments next time. Perfect. Excellent stuff. That's a good way to end this live feed. I appreciate that. I really do. That's really nice of you. I would like to get something in Leitrim. Somewhere maybe on the side of a mountain or something like that. That'd be cool. With a water source. I asked for so much, but this is what I like. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thanks again, Carol. That was brilliant. Yes, I love to comment. Thanks for the live. Yeah, thanks for your comments as well. It was good to talk to you tonight. It's always good to get somebody on the chat that will, interact with you. But we'll leave it there. It's coming up. We're nearly an hour already. If anybody is watching this in the future, God bless you, Carol, too. If anybody is watching this in the future, thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. And I will be back very soon. What can I say? I'll talk to you all. Take care. I love you all. Good luck. Bye-bye.